Okay, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. If you're watching as a Patreon patron, we thank you. If you're watching as a Twitch Prime member who's remembered to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account, we're getting paid. Your name is floating right below on the ticker. If you don't see your name, you blew it. You didn't do it right. It's free. Do it. If you are subscribing on YouTube, thank you. And if you're doing none of those things, follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Today's question from SIFTD from Norix Nessie. It has been reported that both PS5 and Xbox Series X are the most successful console launches for each company up to this point. It's also been reported there's a massive chip shortage. How can both be true? Has this chip shortage been exaggerated in order to incite consumer demand? Yeah, I don't think either is the most successful console launch for each company. Series X maybe, because none of the Xbox launches has ever been particularly big. Xbox One, the first one, wasn't at all. 360 was a slow build, so it didn't launch big, strong. Xbox One launched okay, but PS4 kicked its butt. So Xbox maybe, but mostly because of the installment plan. So you don't have to have, $400 or $500 to buy an Xbox. You can get this installment console for essentially $20 a month. PS5, I'd say no way. Sorry, I just don't believe that. PS5, I cannot believe is ahead of PS2. I just, sorry, don't accept that that's true. It's the fastest of 10 million sold. So yes, there's a massive chip shortage. Whatever chip they put in that thing, they only need 10 million of them. So, because the console launched back in November of 20, they were able to pre-order the chips and have the chips in manufacture in the beginning of 20, and that's really what happened. They were supplied. So they sold their 10 million. They probably won't be the fastest at 20 million or 30 million because their supply has slowed down pretty dramatically. So the answer is it just depends on how you measure fastest at 10 million, which means nothing to me. If Sony said it, then it was fastest by a day, and who cares? But remember, the PS3 was overpriced and came out a year after the Xbox 360. So no way did that thing outsell this thing. But PS2 did. I'm actually really surprised, and maybe they just didn't care with PS2 because they thought Microsoft was an upstart pissant, and they weren't concerned about having Microsoft take any share. Microsoft really didn't, and the GameCube was a joke. So if PS2 launched by itself a year ahead of the Xbox, and that's why I just don't believe them. It shocks me that they didn't sell 10 million PS2s faster. I just don't believe them. If you remember, in May of 2002, they cut the price. So that was, and it came out in November 2001. So 18 months in, they cut the price. So there was no way they were supply constrained. They cut the price a lot, $100. Went from 300 to 200. But 300, it went from 300 to 200. I just don't believe it. I don't know. Who knows? I'm the only guy you will talk to who's been around since the PS2 was launched, and I don't remember. So sure, they're not lying, but I think they're measuring this so they can put out cool press releases. Yeah, and the chip shortage hasn't been exaggerated. It's real. It's real across all industries, and it's impacting cars. It's impacting everything that has a chip in it. So no, it's real. I have a colleague at work who covers semiconductors, and it's real. It's across everything.
Tommy Tallarico and the Intellivision Amico just delayed it for the third time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're trying to sell that thing for $250.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, huh?
Stupid. And they're low down the totem pole because their orders aren't very big.
It's actually really cool. I've been out there a couple times and played it. It's really fun. I really like it. But I believed him when he said 10, 10, 20. When's it now supposed to come out?
They are going to send out, they say, they're going to send out pre-orders before the end of the year, and then...
But not in stores before the end of the year? Oh, that's too bad. I have to say, and I'm being sincere here, I've played it 3 times. It's really fun. I could totally find myself playing that all the time. It's just goofy and fun.
They're mobile games, really.
Now, yeah, they're family games, though. They're family, you can all play together on the same screen, so you can use your phone as a controller. but they're really fun. I mean, it's really clever software. It works really well. So, you know, I agree, 250 is expensive, and maybe he won't get a big install base because of that, but the games are super cheap, you know. And I think probably the fix for that is sell it for 250 but give you 20 games, so it feels like you're getting a value. And he can do that. He just needs to develop more titles.
Should sell for $100.
Yeah, I don't know what
bucks, it's gonna fail.
I don't know what it costs to make.
I mean, it's a little it's basically a Raspberry Pi. Like,
I don't know what it costs to make. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's in it. So
fail.
Hope not. He's a good dude, and I like him to
I
drive.
like Tommy too, but it's not.
Okay, well, that's you on the record. Okay, fellow babies, thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor. We'll see you next time. If you're watching on Patreon real time as a patron, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube as a subscriber, thank you so much. Please remember to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. Instructions are in the show description. Your name is scrolling below me as I speak. If you don't see your name, you didn't do it again. And if you've done none of those things because you're just too lame, then follow me on Twitter, because all my Twitter followers are lame, just like you. @Michael Pachter. See you next time.